Hi friends, I'm Kat. Welcome to the channel and today's video where we're going to be doing a little empties. So I like to come in here every month and just kind of give you all of my empties from the previous month, which we are doing amazing on this year. I'm really making an emphasis on using things up and really taking a look at a lot of products that are mostly like samples, mini sizes, or things that are partially used and actually trying to focus on them. So today we have all of my empties from August and there's quite a few. This is just part of it. We're doing really good. Again, mostly skincare and hair care, but we've actually have a few makeup products and a nail product for once. So we are kind of doing good. And overall, again, I'm just feeling fantastic about all of this progress we're making. And I feel really good about the amount of empties that we have today. So if you're new here, hi, my name's Kat. I love to talk about beauty and lifestyle. And if you're interested, please consider subscribing. Also down below, I have my Instagram linked if you are interested because I post there every day. So we're gonna go in no order, no category. I'm just gonna grab things as they're closest to me. Starting off with by Garnier Fructis. This is a damage repair treat 1-minute hair mask with papaya extract. It's a vegan formula, 94% biodegradable formula. No silicones, no parabens, no artificial colorants. And this was one you can use as a mask. So you can apply to your shampoo, apply onto wet hair, leave on for 1 minute and rinse. You can use it as a conditioner, just do a normal condition and rinse out, or apply to damp and damaged hair as a leave-in conditioner. I enjoy this one quite a bit. I obviously this is a pretty huge size of it. And I will say I did get this one in PR. It is fairly old though, to be very honest. I think I've had this for several years. So I felt very good to use it up. Did mostly use this as a 1-minute mask. And I'll say that I really enjoy that fact that you only have to leave it in for 1 minute. My biggest issue with hair masks is that I do not have the patience to wait like the 5 minutes or whatever that usually is needed for them. So a lot of times I kind of just leave them in for a very small portion of the time that's actually requested, or I just don't bother with hair masks. So having one that's that short, really works for me. And overall, I do think that this one worked really well on my hair. It was more for repairing any damaged hair, and that's been something I've been really working on over the last year, is making sure my hair is as healthy as possible. So it was a nice kind of addition into the routine. I've used several of these masks from Garnier in the past, and overall, all of them pretty decent. I've never really had any issues with any of them, so decent empty. Then I'll quickly point out this is just the shower gel I was using for a bit. It's from Soft Soap. It's energizing, awaken your senses, pomegranate and mango spritz. We got a 4-pack of these at Costco. There's 2 of this flavor and then 2 vanilla maybe. Not a huge fan of this one. Didn't really love the scent. I thought it was perfectly fine. Don't really love the pomegranate scent though. Doesn't really do anything for me, but it's done. We have a 4-pack, so maybe not something that I necessarily loved, but very good cost effectively. Very good for the price, I guess we can kind of say, but also not something I think I'd repurchase. I'm kind of feeling like I want to start getting body washes from Bath and Body Works and just have fun with scent, because I'm feeling a little bored with a lot of the ones I have, and I feel like that might be a nice addition in my life. So yeah, this one's done. I do have a few more that need to be worked through. Ooh, I have had this for so long and I'm so happy it's finally done. This is the Peach and Lily Glass Skin Veil Mist. It's hydrating glow, has peach extract and Vita Complex. And this is a fine mist that boosts radiance and luminosity and instantly calms skin with one spritz. Enriched with antioxidants, vitamins, and hydrators like peach extract, locust extract, and cucumber, this mist gives you an instant glassy veil while it sinks into skin to work from within. I had a phone call come in, so things may have slightly changed. But anyway, this one really liked as a mist to hydrate my skin, refresh it a little through the day, make me feel a little more glowy. really enjoyed using this every day, and I'm kind of sad that it's gone, but also this took me a crazy long time to get through, which was really impressive. And yeah, it was just a really nice hydrator, because I am somebody who likes glowier skin. I like a glowy base, and it was great for that. We have a little lip cream from Fenty. So it was their cream gloss bomb, and this was in the shade Peach Pout, which, as you can tell, is very orangey and not quite my shade. I don't think that this is one that necessarily worked the best on me, but I liked using this. I like the gloss bombs quite a bit, and this is one of the only cream ones I've tried. Quite like the formula. I really think that this is actually, I'd probably say this is my preference for me over the original like glossy shiny gloss bomb. I don't know where I'm going with that one, but I really like this formula. I just think that the shade was like a little too orange for me. I don't really love peach tones. I don't love oranges. I do find that they look a little too much on me at times and don't really work with my skin tone, but this was quite lovely. Very hydrating, made the lips look really glossy, and I mean, like, what more could you want in a gloss? Then, oh, this is it's a declutter, actually, not a use up, not an empty, but this is from Polite Society. It is the Greatest Lashes of All Time mascara, and I only used this for about 2 weeks and then really had to stop because I would go to the office, come home, and like there were like black circles under my eye. Like it looked like my dark circles were just like bruised almost. And I very quickly realized that it was just this one was smudging so intensely and flaking off so intensely that it just kept like gathering in all of my creases under my eyes and would just give me like really almost raccoon eyes. And it was happening every single day I wore it, whether or not I like really did any physical exertion, anything. Even if I was just sitting at my desk all day, I would come home and it would just be everywhere. And that was also with me like cleaning it up multiple times throughout the day. And every time I went to the bathroom, clean up my under eyes a little. And it still felt like I was just raccoon-eyed at all times. So I have to say, this is probably one of the worst mascaras I've used in quite a long time because of that. I can't remember one that I've used in a while that has smudged quite as terribly as this one, and really disappointing. I find that mascaras are typically decent. Like, it's very rare that I have one that I come out and have a strong feeling on. They all tend to act, to me at least, they tend to perform pretty similarly. This was terrible. Like, I really considered trying to use it up. Actually, no, I didn't even. This is such a quick, as soon as I realized what the issue was, it was such a quick declutter. I have no time for that in my life. I do not want raccoon eyes. I do not want terrible performing mascara. There's no reason for it. And I get quite a bit of mascara in PR, so I'm not worried about passing this on. It is, or was, pretty terrible for me. On a different note though, I have from Iconic London. This is the Triple Threat Mascara in black, and this was pretty decent. And again, like, just gonna kind of say pretty overall good. Didn't really have any complaints with it. Really did work well to lengthen my lashes. This was, let me show you the one. So this is more of thickening and lengthening for me, which I always like, and overall had a really great experience with this one. Then I have a primer from Becca. So, and again, I used up a product from Becca last month, and it's very much like, oh, I should not have been using that for as long as I did. This is the same scenario. I should have gotten rid of this so much longer ago. But it was one that I was so close to being done that I wanted that satisfaction of finishing it. And this is the First Light Priming Filter Instant Complexion Refresh. Really like this product. I thought it looked beautiful on skin. It did give kind of a dewy base and just really made your skin look hydrated and beautiful. I was so close to done it that honestly, like, it only took me about 3 uses this month to finish up, but I'm really glad that I did. Really glad that I have this empty. I miss it. I miss Becca overall as a brand. They had a lot of banger products, and yeah, probably shouldn't have been using this. I'm sure it contributed to some acne I've been having, but whatever, it's done now. I have a shampoo and conditioner duo from Moroccan Oil. I think this was a Sephora birthday gift a few years ago. And it's a hydrating shampoo and hydrating conditioner. These are color safe, sulfate, phosphate, and paraben free. Overall, decent. I do though have a like conditioner and shampoo routine that I'm really hesitant to deviate from at this point. So I haven't necessarily found anything else that has really lived up to the current one that I'm using. These were nice to have. I did use them more for travel, and I do really like the size of the bottles for travel. I think that was fantastic. It was very useful. But for everyday use, I'm not really going to use these. I don't need a hydrating shampoo. I have very oily hair, and nothing's really going to compare to my typical Pantene that I use every day. Overall, nice though. Love the scent of Moroccan Oil. I do use Moroccan Oil, like the oil itself, quite a bit, and really enjoy it. And yeah, the scent is beautiful, but Not one that I would repurchase just because I don't really feel like mixing up my hair routine. The little lip oil from ColourPop. It's the Luxe lip oil in the shade Skinny Dip. Really, really love these lip oils. I think they are probably my favorite lip oil formula, and especially considering how like inexpensive they are, I think they're fantastic. Really have like a great variety of shades through their collection, and really like how wet these ones feel. Like I find some lip oils are a little bit too thick, but this one, it just feels wet, and I really, really appreciate that. This one's more of a cream formula. They do have some with sparkles, but this one itself was more creamy, and I just think it looks beautiful on the lip. Really, really enjoy these. I always have a fantastic time using them, and they're one I've been kind of like just slowly making my way through, like just because I do have quite a few of them, and I love them all. Like every single one that I've used, I've really, really enjoyed. So it's a product that I have a fun time using up, if that makes sense. It's also a very natural use up for me in that I tend to just grab them very, very naturally and always want to use them. So they tend to be like a frequent product in this type of video, but just because I actually really, really enjoy using them. The Glossier Milky Jelly Cleanser. It's a conditioning face wash. I just had this little one. Don't really have any thoughts on this one, aside from it is a product that I used and it was completely fine. Yeah, really didn't stand out to me in any way whatsoever. It was decent. I didn't have any complaints, but also I'm not having anything come to mind that's really like outstanding, if that makes sense. It was fine. It was fine. I'm happy with it. And yeah, that's like pretty much all I have to say. From Biro, this is the tomato serum. I used to really, really love this one. It's just like a hydrating serum. Really, really enjoyed this for a lot of years, but it hasn't been hitting quite as much lately. Yeah, for a long time, I found that this was one of the only hydrating serums that really, really worked for my skin. Since then, I found others that I kind of prefer. This is also intensely expensive, so I don't necessarily want to repurchase it because of that, but it is a nice hydrating serum. It does work. It really, really works well. It really does hydrate the skin nicely, and I do like it quite a bit. Yeah, it's expensive, and that makes me not want to ever purchase it again. I'm trying not, I don't really want to spend $100 on a serum if I don't have to. And I've definitely found other hydrating serums that I enjoy just as much for a better price point. But this is nice. I do typically enjoy any of the products I've had from Biro, and yeah, the tomato serum was definitely a hit for me. Then the last skincare product I have, this is from Medigate. It's the R-Retinoate Youth Activating Cream. This is one that, again, intensely expensive. This is, I think, close to $200 for this. And I did get it in an advent calendar, and oof, this is an example of one that I would want to spend the money on. I don't think I'm going to, because I'm going to try other cheaper retinol options and see if they work. But oh my god, I loved the way this felt on my skin, and I did feel like my skin definitely looked really, really good when I was using it. So a little bit about this product. It's transcend the evidence of time with the ultimate implementation of breakthrough molecule retinoate, now twinned with crystal stabilized retinaldehyde, formulated in a rich moisturizing night cream centered around a suite of skin optimized ceramides and drone targeted peptides. Simply put, our retinoate intense dramatically restores the appearance of beautiful skin. I do completely agree with that. I think my skin looks stunning. I also find that anything with peptides in it tend to work really, really well for hydrating my skin. I always have a fantastic experience with it, and I guess having that sort of in tandem with the retinol product really, really worked. Yeah, this was lovely. And I know this is like a patented formula by Medigate, and I kind of want to look into more of their products. Maybe I will not repurchase this one, but maybe they have something that's a little more on my price point, not a couple $100, and something that could potentially give some of the skin benefits I've seen with this one. Really, really, really like this. I think it was fantastic. And yeah, I'm really sad that this one's used up because it was so nice. And this is another reason like I'm so tempted to get more advent calendars this year. Is I don't need them. There's no part of me that needs them. But knowing that there's products like this that I would never have had the opportunity to test otherwise, and then going in and having all of these different fun things inside an advent calendar, it is so tempting. It is like painfully tempting. Yeah, I don't need it, but this was amazing. I actually lied. That was not my last skincare product. I have a Holy Hydration Makeup Melting Balm from e.l.f. This has hyaluronic acid, ceramides, and peptides. And this is my favorite makeup cleansing balm. I would say pharmacy cleansing balm, kind of at the same level for me. but for the price point, consider this much, much better. It's very, very cheap, under $20 for this, and lasts a few months. But this is easily like my all-time favorite makeup remover. I think that it works beautifully. It is such a lovely formula and just takes off makeup so well. Anytime I do not have it, I feel very, very sad. And yeah, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. I really cannot say enough good things about this one. It truly is the best. And I do go through one of these probably like every few months, so it's a pretty quick repurchase and something you'll see like time and time again in these empties. The first nail empty I've had in ages. This is from Revlon. What can I say? Just a clear, transparent top coat. It's a super lustrous nail enamel. And yeah, it was just a little top coat that I was using. Not anything that spectacular. It did give a nice glossy finish, which is always really nice when I'm doing my nails, if that's the finish I'm going for, I guess. And I'm kind of impressed with myself that I actually finished a nail polish. Even though it's a top coat, which I use every single time I do my nails, at least we have an empty, which I have not seen in a while. I have like there's zero part of my brain that wants to or is even aiming to use up any of my other nail polishes. This is just a nice little surprise, a nice little bonus. And yeah, like none of my other nail polishes will probably ever be used up, but occasionally we might have a little top coat. This one was good. I don't even know if you can get this anymore. I've had it for so long. I don't know if I'd repurchase it. I think I want to try something that's even glossier and gives that really, really glossy, shiny finish. There we go, one done. And the final product is actually like a complete shock to me, but I finished a liquid eyeshadow and it does still look like I have product in here. I can't get anything else out. And this is from Sugar Drizzle in the shade Unicorn Star. So I think I can swatch a tiny bit. Actually, no, you cannot see that at all. But it was like a duochrome pinky kind of reddy shade. I think there's a little green in there as well, but more of like an iridescent kind of liquid shadow. And I am very, very shocked at how quickly I managed to use this up. It's one I kind of pulled from my Shop My Stash and decided to, why not try to make a focus on seeing if I can use up a liquid shadow, because I do have quite a few and I'd really, really like to try and finish them off. And this one shockingly did it really quickly. I was using it as an inner corner shade for quite a while, and then like over like no time at all, it felt like I managed to use it up. So I feel pretty good about it. I'm actually pretty happy that I did manage to use one up. There is entirely a possibility, I will say, that there's not really a lot left in here. I was going to say there's a possibility that's just dried out, but there's like really hardly anything left in this container. So I'm happy I used this up. And I think I am going to maybe try to use up more liquid shadows / cream shadows in the coming months. I think that would be really, really fun for me to try and focus on and see what I can do, because it is one of those categories that is really, really overwhelming in my collection, and I love to buy cream liquid shadows. It is my favorite thing, but it would be nice if I could actually downsize it a little and do that through using things up. Yeah, this is the last product and I feel great about that. So thanks for watching today's video. That was very quickly just all the things I used up in August. Again, very surprised I used up some makeup and I feel very fantastic about that. And thank you for watching today's video. If you haven't already, would love if you would consider subscribing, and hopefully I'll see you in something very, very soon.